back to our wonderful little series all about DragCon UK 2023. This is quite an interesting episode, isn't it? Because this week we're going to be talking about the international queens we got to meet. Now, as usual, I'm here with the wonderful Thotter Stu.
Hello again, loves.
And Jim Bunny Glenn Kevin.
Oi, oi.
that was awfully butch.
A mass.
You on your
It's
supplements
protein.
On the protein.
Shakes kicked in.
Get the creatine in there.
I actually do have some of that with us right now, you know.
Do you? Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it's wild berry. Like I'm like, nom 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 nom. Ooh, yummy.
It was one of those weird things. You remember that episode of South Park where basically like Cartman just started taking all of the sort of like protein and stuff, but wasn't actually working out. And he just became like really fat. I had a mate at uni who did that, where they just took creatine all the time, but then just never worked out regularly. So they just kind of they bulked in a different way, I think is the way of saying it. Speaking of, no, I can't even segue into that one, right? We met some wonderful people at DragCon UK.
Speaking of bulking up and getting fat, we met some lovely international.
All right, okay. Let's not do that. At DragCon UK, we met some wonderful people, but I think one of the most interesting things was obviously meeting queens that we're not too familiar with, like the international queens. And I thought it was quite kind of great because some of them, I'm going to be fully honest, that we met, not necessarily the ones we're chatting to today, but I didn't know who they were. And then getting to see them perform and you're just going, I want to know who that is. I'm watching that season. Like, wow. What did you think, Stu?
I really enjoyed it because part of DragCon is obviously people are going to see the people that they know, the people they love the most. Because it was DragCon UK, a lot of the sort of queens and performers that came from outside of the UK, the US one, maybe even the Canada one, the ones that are a bit more spread across the world, they had a lot more people sort of, with expectations. The queens that were coming from other parts of the world had a little bit of an advantage, whereby, maybe not they weren't as well known, but also a little bit of a disadvantage because it meant their queues might not be so big. Then you put them on a stage or you put them on the pink carpet, and the people who might not know who they are suddenly want to know who they are. It takes all of seconds of seeing these kind of artists being like, oh yeah, by the way, our season exists, Oh, you didn't watch it because it has subtitles. Well, you're going to want to watch it now. And I thought that was great, and we thankfully did get to have the chance to, interview a few of them. Not all of them. There are many, many more that we would have loved to interview. But I'm glad that we got to at least see a few of them because they're really interesting. And there's no difference between the queens where you don't have to read subtitles, Learn to read, damn it.
I mean, drag is universal. How about you, Glenn?
I think for me, it was also getting to meet these queens where I've not watched their season, but now I want to watch their season and read the subtitles. I need to make a note to learn to read. But once I've done that, I am going to watch the episodes. But I think also for me, it was also just how professional and elegant and how the queens actually built a rapport with you in an instant when talking to them because they wanted you to know them and they wanted to know you. And they were just wonderful people overall. And yeah, I think especially with UK versus the world and Canada versus the world, it kind of starts putting people on a list where you're like, you better do it. You better turn up. I want to see you next.
Yeah. So the first person that we got to interview was the wonderful Prince from Drag Race Philippines. What was the impression you got of them, Stu?
Honestly, it's just one of those people who walk into a room and you feel at ease around them. You feel that level of sort of friendship, even though you don't necessarily know who they are straight away. And they wanted to talk to other people as much as other people wanted to talk to them. And that was really, really nice to see. And Prince especially is someone who was eliminated, very early on in the series. So, not only is it a less widespread season, it's also a first out situation. So, really the opportunity was there enough to get on the telly, but how much do people know about Prince? You could just tell that Prince was like, no, you are going to know me and you should know me because look at how great this is. And that was just the outfit and the makeup, never mind the performance elements.
Yeah, that's it. It's like DragCon is finding new drag. It's not just going there being like, oh, I want to see like this person or, oh, I'm going to go and see Danny Beard. It's like going, like, for instance, like Onyx, like obviously we're talking about Prince now, but like Onyx, who I met, like I did not know who they were before it. And I was just like, you are the most amazing thing in the entire world. Like I bought loads of their merch because I was just like, no, this is amazing. I love this. But yes, so here was our wonderful interview with Prince.
Oh, girl.
girl. I'm here with the delightful Prince from Drag Race Philippines. How are you enjoying DragCon?
It's very tiring, but what matters the most is the happiness that comes with it. So this is my first time actually doing DragCon since we aired the season. I'm very happy. I'm glad to be here. It's my first time in the UK as well, so I'm having the best of time. And actually yesterday it was my birthday, so I was setting up my booth and I met all the girls. It was really fun. So I had the best
Happy
time.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's it like having drag take you to new places and get to visit other countries?
Oh, it's amazing. I wasn't expecting this at all, to be honest, because, we're from the Philippines in the first place. It's really far. So, this is insane for me. And it's going really well, except for the train strike that's happening right now in London. But then it was good. It was good.
So what current projects have you got that you want people to have a look at?
Current projects. Well, technically, I'm organizing a ball with my partner, who's here with me, Nunoy Revlon from Legendary. And what else? I think they might have to wait. I don't think I can say anything for now.
We're hearing that a lot.
Yes.
Well, in your series, if you could do any ideal challenge, what would it be?
Ideal challenge. Oh, I would. On my season, they didn't do anything like an acting challenge. So I think in the Philippines we have comedy skits. I think I would really love to do a comedy skit because we didn't have that.
No, that's really nice.
If you were to collaborate with any artist outside the Philippines series, who would be your dream to collaborate with?
Oh, like any artist or any drag artist? Oh, I'm currently obsessed with Janelle Monáe. I love her music, so definitely Janelle Monáe. If I can sing, but I can't sing, so it's just a dream. It's a dream.
Sell it with body language.
Yeah, we can do that. Maybe she sings and I dance.
Oh, that's so nice. Is there anything you'd like to promote?
Oh, not really. Just buy my merch. That's it. But yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Prince Morel. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It was so lovely to get to meet Prince. What an amazing person. And I've got to say, best bag ever. It was literally a leg. And then after that, we did get to speak to Diamante Merybrown from España.
They were wonderful, and I was really pleased because this was on the final day of DragCon that we got to speak to them when I actually had a voice back. So I actually get to partake in this interview rather than just being this sort of silent husk at the side. Or, as we've just heard, the horrible rasping mess, which was my voice on day one. So... No, I got such an amazing energy from Merybrown. It was this, this thing where you're just I just want to be your friend. This wonderful bubbliness and the fact that they were so happy to be there. And that outfit was amazing. Obviously, you can watch all of these interviews on our YouTube channel and you can see what I was wearing, what they were wearing, what Glenn was wearing, that Stu wasn't there. All of the important things, I think.
I was in at least fourth.
And I helped.
I did help. I was holding up the camera behind the very warm ring light. That was my job.
With that being said, let's see what Diamante Merybrown had to say to us. Oh, girl. Hello there. I'm the Velvet Snatch, and I'm here with the fabulous Diamante Merybrown from Drag Race España. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm great. I'm doing great, having a blast, having a very, very good time. And I'm just very excited to be here and to be sharing time with you guys as well.
That's so sweet. How are you enjoying DragCon?
It's incredible. People is just so nice. And I'm very surprised not surprised, but I'm very happy to see that all of the other queens from the other franchises are very close, very nice. And I'm having such a great time in between sisters. So I'm very happy.
I think everyone shares the struggle. Everyone's like, oh, I know what it's like.
Yes, I can be sometimes I do have the number of my psychiatrist if you need. So we've all been there. So we know what it is. We know how it feels like. So I think that also makes us come closer.
So if you were ever to return to a Drag Race series, what challenge would you either want to redo, or is there a challenge that you missed out on that you'd want to try?
Yes, actually the challenge for writing lyrics and dancing and doing choreo and girl group challenge, I missed it on my season and I was so sad because that's what I actually do. I do write my own songs, I dance, I choreograph. So I missed that one out and I really, really wish that I could do that because that is the one that I think that I could hit it out of the park. Yeah.
I wanted to ask, like, obviously, since Drag Race, like, you've traveled to a lot of places. Like, what's been your favorite place so far?
Okay, so actually we were on tour for like 7 months. I think it was one of the longest tours for a season of Drag Race. We did like 97 shows. It was hectic. And I think my favorite place was La Palma de Gran Canaria in the Canary Islands, because drag is so inside of the culture of the place. It's everybody's just used to it. So the crowd was just incredible. It was a huge venue, a lot of people, and the crowd just made it so worth it going all the way there. So yeah, Las Palmas was just incredible.
What are your plans for 2023? What projects have you got coming up?
Okay, so I actually cannot speak a lot about the project.
We get that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, we're drag queens. We try not to spoil things up. But I'm gonna say that more music, more performances, and more traveling. I think that sums it up without saying too much.
It sounds exciting anyway.
Yes.
Is there anything that you'd like to mention or promote while we're here?
I just released a single with Charissa May called Pollo Frito. So check it out. It's on all music platforms. And also we did a great video clip in Zaragoza, my hometown in Spain. Actually in the high school I used to study. So it's great video. The song is great. At least I like it. Depends on your taste. It's reggaeton, like everything I do. But yeah, there's that. And I think it's very enjoyable, very danceable. So check it out. Yeah.
Amazing. Wait, is Theresa May Spanish?
Yes.
She's never mentioned it. She's kept that pretty close to her heart.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can barely notice because she has no accent at all.
Broad Geordie. Geordie.
Very much.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Diamante.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, exactly what you said about the level of energy and, someone that you want to be friends with. You can't get more than that. That's exactly what that interview was. It was just a lovely person putting themselves out there and just having it was like chatting to a friend. It was like it's not wanting a friendship, it's like you already had a friendship, which is cute. It's always nice. It's a good way to put yourself out there. And then that leads us on to the third of our interviews for this special episode of International Queens. I believe this was one of your favorites, wasn't it, Velvet?
This is absolutely one of my favorites. Like one of these, like sort of, oh my god, I got to meet them kind of thing. It sounds so dumb, but it's like obviously while we've just said, oh, it's people we didn't know. Yeah, and then I'm like, I blatantly knew who this was. I was gutted that this was one of the days when I wasn't able to speak. So while I don't speak in the interview, I did chat to her, rasping away off camera, so I got to meet one of my heroes. But this is the wonderful Sederginne from Drag Race Holland. Now, yeah, I think this is my drag. This is what I love about drag is Sederginne. They have these crazy, well thought out comedy performances. They have this wonderful sort of not necessarily gender fuck, but basically sort of what I grew up with, and obviously in the interview they mention their influences and I immediately go, me too, actually, that's what I grew up with. So no, it was absolutely an absolute joy to speak to them.
I love Sederginne so much. And from what you were saying, with gender fuck, the way I describe their drag is probably very 90s. If your dad could do makeup well and put a dress on.
That's it. It's that thing where it's
all right.
You don't want to be insulting, but it's that idea. It's that wonderful. It's Patrick Swayze in To Wong Fu. It's that Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. It's that what I grew up with, where it's an art form and it's a comedy style, not just a look.
Sederginne is just trying to pass as a drag queen, not as a woman, not as femme. They just want people to know that they are a drag queen.
Yeah. Is it wrong that I actually find the voice kind of sexy too?
No.
Cool. Okay.
Also, if when Sederginne is not in drag, that is a daddy right there. So what you're saying about your dad does drag well, it's very much that situation with Sederginne. And not only drag done well as in looks, like you said, amazing comical value. Shall we have a listen and see how this almost silent from you conversation went, Velvet?
It's literally, when you see the video of it, it's just me being like, ee! At the side. Daddy Sederginne.
Ooh, girl. You've got me, Glenn Kevin, here with Velvet Snatch and Sederginne. Hello.
Hi.
Velvet's just speechless around you, I guess.
This is funny. Okay, yeah. Let's go.
Are you having a good drag con?
Oh, it's amazing. It's wonderful. I keep on saying this, but for all the people that love drag, they should be here. I mean, next DragCon, if you're not here this year, make sure you're coming because this is a beautiful experience. Yeah.
So if you ever returned to Drag Race, is there a challenge that you missed out on that you wanted to do, or is there a challenge that you would rather have had thrown in there that you've not had a chance to do?
I mean, I was one episode away of doing my family resemblance with my mom, and that would just been so wonderful to do that with her, to make her step into my daily life and giving her a little glimpse of my career and what I do. And we were so ready for it. So that's, I felt, I was really sad that I wasn't able to do that. Yeah. And another challenge, I would love to have done the weather challenge on oh my God, yes, I love that. Yes, that one for sure, that one.
So what plans have you got for 2023?
2023 is going to bring some great things. I feel it, and I'm working on my theater show, which is starting in March. I'm traveling to the Netherlands and Belgium in March and in April. And I've been working on this for 2 years, so it's going to be something, and I'm very excited to do that, and hopefully then after that translate it and bring it to the UK or America. Yes, I cannot wait.
I was going to ask about that because you did a really good show with was it Fro? For the UK versus the World Tour.
Yes, that was, oh my God, JGB was there as well. No, we had so much fun, and we've been to Scotland, and the one thing we keep on talking about is we had to stop the car because there were just sheeps in the middle of the road, and we were like, wow, this is an experience. But also that tour from Inside Promotions was really fun to do, and I love Jeju though. We had the best time.
Has there ever been a favorite city that you've visited on tour?
My favorite city I have to say I've been to Lithuania, and that was because it was so beautiful and so pretty. And then I had the chance to travel to Poland also a few weeks ago, and they were so lovely. And that's maybe not my favorite city, but I could feel the warming. The people were so warm, and the rights are not like they're supposed to be there, and that made it so good for me to see how the activism is there and how people are fighting for their rights. So I think it's going to be Lithuania and Poland for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where does the inspiration come from for some of your acts as well? Because some of your acts are hilarious.
Sorry, what's some of my acts? Oh, yeah.
You've got such good comedy.
We smoke pot in the Netherlands. You know that. No. Well, I've been looking up to Diamante for sure, and there is some cabaretiers in the Netherlands that I love, and I like a good mix-up. I love mixing with music and creating stories. I have a Titanic parody that is definitely my favorite, and I just love making from a story, making it a little different how I see it. I mean, yes, and I'm gonna start doing rewatch Disney movies and make some parodies on that for 2023.
Thank you so much for your time. It's been wonderful to meet you.
Thank you for having me. I hope you get your voice back one day. I would love to hear your voice. But anyways, it was wonderful. Thanks for having me, and happy DragCon. Thank you.
And that's it. It was absolutely wonderful to speak to Sederginne and meet them at last after seeing a couple of their gigs around the UK. Now, that's the end of our little short and sweet episode here. In the next episode, we'll be going into UK and beyond, where we'll be speaking to... Who have we got again?
We have the lovely Cheryl Hull. We have the amazing Crystal, and we have the absolutely stunning Lady Camden, who I definitely wasn't super excited for and nearly knocked someone out to interview.
No, they were wonderful to meet. But yes, tune in for our next episode to listen to them.
RuPaul's DragCon UK was at the London Excel Centre from the 6th to the 8th of January. Tickets are still available for RuPaul's DragCon LA.
Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.